I'd address HB2Bs, increasing that. I'm from South Carolina. We're a textile manufacturing state. We're heavy in the hospitality industry. Do you realize this number of the HB2Bs hadn't been increased for 34 years? And we've got empty tables that are not being used. Taxes aren't being collected on food sold because they can't get waiters. They can't get the processing there. Give me a flavor of what went into that, increasing that.
Well, it wasn't the first time that it's been in front of the committee. As you probably know, Dr. Harris from Maryland, who has a bit of an industry floating around there associated with the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic coast and that sort of thing with the seafood industry, offered it. Pedigree from Maine, strong voice for the hospitality industry and in what's going on up in the northeast corner of the country. You've got Mr. Westerman, forest workers. I mean, there's a cross section that is, God forbid, bipartisan that supports this. The biggest challenge that it has is when you talk about immigration is, well, is that really in Homeland's jurisdiction? And so the judiciary members have a concern about that. There's an outfit out there, Numbers USA, that has a concern about it. They didn't make any effort to contact me, not that that's magic, but it's like, well, these are jobs that other people could have, and it's like, listen, if I've missed some data on that, I'd be happy to look at it and acknowledge that. I can just tell you that it went before the committee. The committee was fine in their markup. It went before the full committee, and the full committee supported it. And you know, I would be scared because I would venture to say that there's a fair element of bipartisan support for that. So we'll see what this committee does. But if it gets to the floor, unless there's somebody who's got some impassioned, factual basis for saying this is why this is bad policy, I think people that need temporary workers in accordance with the rule setup deserve a shot. And so all it really does is say this is the number, and it makes you do that number, whatever the existing number is. So it's not discretionary. You know that for sure. So it's not like, hey, we're going to double the number of visas or anything else like that. But it is going to say, and by the way, the last few years, that number has been issued. And so it just says you will instead of you may is the general effect for the number of visas. But
and I've heard from the numbers group, and they can't back up anything that any objection to it. This isn't what Biden is doing is illegally letting anyone and everybody with a criminal record in this country. What the HB2B visas do is they have strict guidelines. These people are coming to work.